Pisces.
Hello Pisces, this is your March astrological forecast for 2016, and what a month we have ahead of us. We have a total solar eclipse there on the 8th, and we have a partial lunar eclipse on March 23rd, and I'll be making a special video just on the eclipses to give you more insights, how they work, what you can expect from them, and so forth. But March for you, your window of opportunity here is where the sun is. And for you, it is in the first house. Happy birthday. It is your birthday month. And so this is the time of the year that you radiate extra and especially. And not only do you have your ruler in this area of the first house, but you also will come to have that solar eclipse, which brings beautiful, bright new beginnings and opportunities for you. So you're starting off this month with flying wings. Now, Mercury and Venus in your 12th house. What is that? That's the house that you rule. So they're comfortable in this area. The 12th house always being our subconsciousness, our higher consciousness, our source of inspiration, spirituality, and so forth. So you're extremely intuitive here with both of these planets. Now, Mercury will be moving into that first house and joining the party with the Sun, with Neptune, having now the eclipse there. So Mercury is going to be super powerful as you project out into the world. So expect this month to be super special for you. Venus will come to move into the first house as well, also join that party. Venus ruling love and romance and those things, but also money. So you can come to see that this is a month where you're going to have all of those things that the heart and spirit desires, and you're just going to love, love, love that. When we look at which sign that the planets are moving through, Mercury and Venus will be in Aquarius. And Aquarius always love to think outside of the box. There's these genius inventions that may come to you. So pay attention to whatever kind of epiphanies, visions that you might have. Sometimes they can come not just as a linear thought. Mercury is linear in communication or thought processing or the analytical mind. But when it's in the sign of Aquarius or linked up to Uranus, we get these full downloads like zip files opening up. Very, very super exciting. And for you who are quite creative, well, I know that this month is just going to be absolutely unique. Mars is still cruising through Scorpio, which it did also there in February. It's a sister sign of yours, so also an intuitive sign. Mars being, though, your direction, your focus, and the energy that you hold physically, going into Scorpio allows us to really dig into the inner core of our desires. Scorpio sometimes hold things very, very privately, so you could come to see that maybe you'll be sharing with somebody some of those deeper secrets that you have, or you may be hearing other people sharing their secrets here with you too. Since it's in the 9th house, though, Pisces, it's you aiming for those higher regions. Jupiter rules this house. So Mars here might be dreaming about wanting to travel to some faraway place. Whether you do it or not, that's a whole different thing. Sometimes we just get the armchair travelers dreaming away to some exotic place. But it is definitely a possibility to start making plans. Mars will be here in this area only the first few days until that short little week there of March. Then it's going to move into your career house. So you might be working on deepening or researching something that now is going to behoove you for the last 3 weeks of March, when Mars will be triggering off new triggers in your career area. And I feel it's going to be fiery. You know, it is in the sign of Sagittarius, which is really optimistic. It's enthusiastic. It loves to keep goals on the faraway horizon, and Mars is now going to power up and give you that. Not only here in March, the beginning of your career house, but as we come into April, you'll see when Mars touches upon Saturn, well, whatever you're doing in March is really going to lock something in April for you, but more on that later. Jupiter is still cruising in your 7th house for partnerships. Now, of course, that could be your significant other, husband, wife. It could also be people that you work with very closely, one-on-one. It could be clients. It could be a broker, whoever it is for you. But Jupiter is here to support you. And though it is retrograde and will be to May 10th, Jupiter is still very generous and giving. So this could bring back to you some old opportunity from the past. If it resurfaces now, it's okay to look at it. It's even okay to move forward with it because it was offered earlier, right? If anything new comes in, for now, it would be better to wait after May 10th. But Jupiter is definitely, even in retrograde, very pleasant to work with. Saturn is in your 10th house for career, so you're working harder, you're feeling more weight, responsibility. Now, Saturn will be retrograding until August 13th, and will start March 25th. So throughout spring, summertime, well, Saturn is going to bring things from the past back to you where you can work through, give you an extended period in this area, which can be a blessing. Yes, it can slow down some processes. Things do move a little slower under a retrograde. However, though, see that as a plus, not a negative. Because see, if you look at it as an extended period, it allows you to work at what you're trying to master in your career. So we want to embrace that. So when we start off the beginning of the month here, Pisces, we have such a delightful aspect with Venus, love and romance, the things that you desire, coming with a beautiful aspect to Uranus, which is the unexpected news, like a wow factor. And so this will just start you off on a path where you can enjoy some extra excitement. We do have a little bit of a process starting to really think things through. This is going to last for pretty much the first 2 weeks of March. What we have as a good thing is the solar eclipse there on the 8th. However, though, we have the sun, which is you, the essence of you. It's in your 1st house. It's going to square off on Saturn to your career house on the 6th. So you might think about needing to or wanting to change something up, but it's not time to act on it. It's just something is going to become apparent to you. But you're feeling powerful about it because the sun is also receiving a sextile to Pluto. And Pluto is that transformative part in our chart, which runs in your 11th house, groups and organizations and friends and whatnot. So you might have a wonderful time here doing something with groups or something really, really exciting. And yet you're still in the back of your mind running through a few things where you know adjustment is at hand. On the 14th and 15th, this is where these decisions are really going to come to the forefront. Mercury, which is our linear way of thinking, our analytical mind, it's communication, it's squaring off on Saturn in your 10th house for career. So you're thinking, what do I want to do? What do I need to do? Venus and Mars, which is love and romance, Venus, and then action, Mars, or men. So that's also squaring up on each other. It could also be money and action. Where's the money going or coming from? You might want to buy something and then Mars is kind of opposed it. Mercury is also sextiling Pluto. So again, it's your intuition trying to funnel through, guide you. Pluto being in that 11th house, right? And Mercury stretching it here with an opposition to Jupiter. All of this is going on here the 14th and 15th, so you're kind of between a rock and a hard place. Not a good time to act. It's a good time to think about your decisions. For whatever it will be for you, for the most part, it looks like it's career. It looks like it has to do with directions with groups, or where you're wanting to kind of fan out to a larger, maybe audience, which also the 11th house is. But by the 16th, whatever you've been processing is now coming to the surface. The rest of the month is going to be great. This is Jupiter. Partnership. It is you and the way you give out to others. With a beautiful trine to Pluto. So it's between the 7th and the 11th house for you. So yes, you have groups. Yes, you have the one-on-one. And the two of them coming together. And I feel that this is going to be something that is quite extraordinary. We love when these two power planets come together. On the 20th, you have Venus and Neptune conjunct. Venus is love. Neptune is the higher aspect or octave of love. So it's kind of like one of these cosmic dates that you could have with your significant other, or to meet somebody that you're really feeling attuned with. It's also a very artsy aspect, whether it's music or the paintings, whatever arts. It's just a full flow of inspiration and feeling connected and one. That's on the 20th, so put that on your calendar. So as you can see, the energies are changing up, and we have the power of that solar eclipse, which really speeds things up too. So on the 23rd, we have that lunar eclipse. You're going to finalize something. Those endings are coming up here in the 8th house, which has to do with money and resources, not your income, but maybe savings, investments, commissions, and so forth. So something's wrapping itself up there. And then on the 24th, here's a green light. Maybe something you've been waiting for. A communication, whether verbal or in written form. It's going to ignite Mars to take action. This is really the time now that you can act upon those decisions you were doing earlier in the month. And you're feeling excited. The sun, which is you, is now fused with a beautiful energy coming from Mars, which is already like fire, ready to go. And I call these the power days of the month. They're on the 26th. The sun trining Mars. Mars now in your career house. The sun is in your first house. So talk about the gates opening up and the horses now out. It's like a race. Also because here on the very same day, Venus, which is love and romance, but also money or the things that you value, are now with Pluto. So if you think about Venus as money, Pluto represents big money. If we think Venus rules love, well then we think Pluto rules passion. So either way, or also on both levels. So when we have them on the same day like this, well listen, we have miracles that can take place for you Pisces. So excited for you. And this brings us to the finalization of March. Of course, your horoscopes, which will be uploaded, they're in process, will also give you some more insights on what you can expect from what the cards will say. But on the 29th, Mercury, another piece of news that you might have been waiting for, is now trining Saturn. Saturn is your career house. This is where you are mastering something, trying to achieve, obtain. Saturn is on top of that chart. It's been 28 years since it was up in this area. So you're really now striving to really bring things out in a very solid format. So Mercury here is giving a green light. What a great note to end the month on. And also with unexpected news, a wow factor coming in there. Also coming in from Mercury and through Uranus. Uranus brings that wild card, the unexpected. But it should be good when we have good aspects. It's great. Uranus for you is in the 2nd house, so this could be news about money or something that you value deeply. So listen, Pisces, have a wonderful month of March, and I will see you in April. Bye now.